Hey guys, this week I'm going to bring you something a little different. I'm going to be showing you how to edit footage in Adobe Premiere Pro. First, you need to make sure that you have your footage imported onto your computer and you can find it easily. I have my test footage here that we're going to be using for today's video. Next, you're going to want to launch Adobe Premiere Pro. So this brings you to a screen where it allows you to either open an old project, which will show up here, your recent projects, or create a whole new project. So what we're going to do today is create a whole new project. So this information up here doesn't matter right now. All we want to know is where we're going to save our video. So you click this browse and you'll be able to go through your files and select which folder you want to use. So today we're going to name our file test. You hit OK. I already have one that says test, so it's going to override. First, starting out editing, this information up here can see a little overwhelming, like what do I choose or what setting do I pick. What I want you to do for right now is just cancel through it. So this is going to bring up your 5 main screens that you're going to use to edit. We're going to start down here. If you double click anywhere in this gray area, it's going to bring up your file browser and enable you to import footage. So I'm going to import our test footage. So now that the file is imported, I want to make it into an editable sequence. So I'm going to drag it down here to this square, and it's going to move it over here to this square, this gray area or section, and it's going to make it an editable timeline. This section up here shows me a preview of what is in that section, so I can see exactly what's going on in the video. Over here is the toolbar. There's several very in-depth tools over here, but today I'm just going to be showing you one, and that is the cut tool. Also, you can use C on your keyboard. Mac, I'm not sure, but I'll probably put it up on screen. So now I can click anywhere in the video. I'm just going to cut it in half, and it'll cut my footage in half, which means I can now go back to my selection tool with V, move. I've now split the video into 2 parts. So now I can lay it over itself. And something to note, if you're going to move it and lay it over itself, anything that's laid over something else is going to delete the one that's under it. So let's say this is what I wanted to do. I wanted just to move my footage around so that the second half of my footage is the first part and the first part is now the second part. It's a little out of order and a little wacky, but it'll work. So now you've scrubbed through and you're happy with how it flows, a rough view of how it looks. What you're going to do to get into one MP4 format, or later you can change the formats once you get more knowledgeable. But we're going to go to File, and we're going to go down here to Export with this selection golden selected, and we're going to export the media, or Control M on your keyboard. So you have your format, which is probably the most important. There's many different formats you can use. To get just a standard video format, I would suggest using H.264. And then it gives you many presets to choose from, such as Apple TV, Android phone. You even have YouTube and Vimeo down here, and your standard video options. Now, if you're unsure of what you want to export to, some advice I can give you is to look at your source. Your source says that the test footage is HD 1080p, 920 by 1080 at 59.998 frames per second, which is pretty much 60. I suggest you match your source settings, so that way what you're recording will come out the same setting format as what you recorded. And then I know where I want my footage to go, so I'll hit export. You'll see your encoding and rendering come up, and it'll move across showing completion. And then once it's complete, you go to where you saved it. Remember that first part when we first opened the program? That's important. That's why that's important. And you're able to look back and view your video. And that's pretty much it for today's video. Just a quick showing you how to do very, very, very light editing in Adobe Premiere Pro. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye.